We can tell that you're in Jerusalem, you're in Israel. What has brought you there?
Yeah. Well, this is our Freedom Alliance annual trip to the Holy Land with Inspiration. And when I got a call from some friends in the IDF saying, hey, how would you like to go to Syria with one of our units, I just couldn't turn them down. So that's what I sent you.
Well, in fact, we want to show that here. Take a look at what you shot.
Kobi Marom is a reserve officer in the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. One of Israel's security concerns is the growing role of Iran in neighboring Syria. Colonel Maron took us to Israel's border with Syria to show us why.
It's a struggle between Israel and the Iranian regime. They try for years to create some challenges along this border right here to bring the Hezbollah and other terror organizations to create some challenges and escalate the situation.
Israel maintains strong points and observation posts all along its borders with Lebanon and Syria. But there's one military outpost with a dual mission: defend the homeland and help the victims of the bloody Syrian civil war. Major Y took us to an Israeli army unit on the Golan Heights engaged in what they call Operation Good Neighbor.
We've been treating Syrian civilians for almost 5 years already. And they come to the fence and we meet them there and give them medical assistance and evacuate them to the Israeli hospitals here. And we are fully committed to giving as much humanitarian assistance as we can.
The unit commanding officer, an IDF lieutenant colonel whose face we cannot show, took us to where truckloads of food, medicine, clothing, and relief supplies are gathered and surreptitiously delivered by the IDF to a medical field clinic the IDF constructed in Syria. For better than 16 years, we've been covering this long war in this part of the world. This is the Syrian border. And inside this area, protected by the Israeli Defense Forces, you're going to see something we haven't covered yet, but it should be. The IDF brought us to this medical center. It's staffed and operated by Friendships, an American humanitarian relief organization. Terry Shields is the site manager for this remarkable facility that very quietly, without fanfare or chest thumping, treats and cares for hundreds of sick and injured Syrian civilians every day. I asked Terry what she needs most at this austere facility.
We need doctors, we need nurses, we need volunteer medical staff.
Colonel, great piece. I just want to point out that we didn't see any Syrians on camera there being treated. Why is that?
Well, because they did not want their faces to be seen in Syria. They're going back into Syria, further back into Syria. They're in Syria while they're being treated and protected by the IDF, of all things. Stuff most people don't know about. And when they go back home, they would be targeted for being collaborators, simply for trying to get a sick kid some medical treatment or maybe a blanket or perhaps cold winter clothing because of how cold it is out there. And we were mighty cold when we were out there. You notice I got tongue-tangled while I was talking to him. Look, this is one of the best good news stories to come out of the conflict that's gone on for over 6 years inside Syria. And the bravery of the IDF troops who do this in the middle, well, surreptitiously was the word I was told to use, surreptitious deliveries, and the amount of protection that they give to that camp reflects great credit on them and the Americans who donate to this cause and who are staffing that hospital.
Well done, Colonel. A story that, most of the wider Middle East would never know. Israelis defending that border. We see a wall there, and we've heard it's quite effective there, but also helping those coming to that wall in need of help. Colonel, thanks a lot, and stay safe there. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel.
Semper Fi.